In this episode, we're going to show you an absolute Missouri giant. He went out just to hunt. No expectations, just hoping for a doe. But sometimes the woods will give you something special. This is a reminder to every hunter out there. If you want to kill a deer, you just gotta go hunt. This is one you don't want to miss. This is Antlers and Hicks. Well, guys, we got our first deer 2025. This one right here came out of Missouri. My buddy Andy killed it just a little bit ago, not too terribly long ago. Got it good, cleaned up, got it to me. It is absolutely beautiful, and the story is even better. So, like we always do, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 point. Good mass, long tines, a lot of them, and looks like to be great main beams. So what do you think? Which one of these 4 scores is going to match this deer right here? Lock your score in. Think about it. It's a great deer. Nothing wrong with this rack at all. It is absolutely a beaut, and I can't wait to see what it scores, but it's one of these 4 right here. I'm about to make my marks. You guys listen to the story, and we'll get started. If you've watched the show before, then you know that I've talked about how hunting and luck kind of go hand in hand. And I know that may sound odd to a couple of guys who think that they are everything when it comes to hunting and that they know all the tips and the strategies and all that. But I'm here to tell you tonight that this deer that I'm showing you right now is a little bit of luck mixed in with woodsmanship, mixed in with just being in a good place. And that's the story of my buddy Andy's deer that came from Missouri. Andy's a good dude. I grew up with Andy, played baseball with Andy. Andy's the type of guy that he's funny, he's jovial, he's always in a good mood, but when it's time to get it and grind it, he's going to be the first one to get on it. Whether it be work, play, whatever. Deer hunting's no different. Andy hunts in Missouri. Now, a lot of guys in North Louisiana hunt in Missouri because, it's not too terribly far away. It's easy to get to, great deer. They like it, got a lease up there. Andy's been hunting in Missouri for 5 years in this lease. He drove up there on his first day, gonna go hunting. It was 4 o'clock in the evening by the time he got up there. Grabbed his stuff, went out, got in a stand. Now, this isn't a stand where he's gonna go in one of his best stands. I mean, he's got several stands on this property. But he knew that he could go into this stand and kill a doe. That's all this hunt was supposed to be, was a doe hunt. But what it ended up being was, well, one of those hunts that lasts forever. So he gets set up. The wind isn't right. Nothing's right. But you can't kill him if you don't go. So he gets set up. I don't think he says he's ever killed a buck at this stand. This is one of those stands that he said he went in straight ready to kill a doe. And if you're a bow hunter, then you know what I'm about to say, because I think all of us do it. The first hunt of the year is pretty much a burner hunt. It's one of those hunts where you're just getting in the tree. You probably forgot something. Nothing feels right. It feels awkward. You're sweating up a storm. It's just not the best hunt. By hunt number 3 of the year, you're usually dialed in. Okay. You're just usually at that point ready to go. And so Andy went in. He's like, you know what? I'm just going to do a burner hunt. I'm not even going to go to my best stand. I'm just going to go in here to kill a doe. He gets set up, and after a little while, he looks, and he could see some deer coming to him. And he could tell one of them was a good buck. The other one was a smaller buck, but the good buck was coming in, and it got a little wind of him and turned and moved on out. Now, the smaller buck, it came on in. I think it may have been another. No, I take that back. That smaller buck came on in, started feeding on acorns behind him. And a little bit later, you can see that other buck that kind of peeled out. He came in and started feeding too. So Andy's thinking, okay. Now, he's hunting in front of him. Got all the stuff out here in front of him. This is where in front that he's ready to hunt. But in the bow hunting world, that don't usually work out that way, right? Where do they come from? Behind you. Well, so he could hear these deer behind him popping these acorns. And if you've hunted an acorn tree, you know that pop, that when they get on a good heart, it pops in their mouth. So he's listening to them back here pop acorns. And ever so often he'd check over his right shoulder just to make sure they were still there and make sure it was just still 2 of them. Well, about dusk dark, he looks back and now there's 3. And he gets a good look at one of them's horns, and he's a little bit better than the other one. And so Andy is a right-handed shot. Well, the deer are over his right shoulder. So, and he's not hunting a saddle. Now, that's one of the advantages to a saddle is you can twist your way around and you can pretty well shoot if you're going to be an acrobat like that. And kind of, it opens up a lot more shot opportunity than a lock-on. Well, he's in a lock-on. And he's sitting here and he goes to turn, but he can't. I mean, it's finally gets around there. And when he gets around there, now the tree is right up against him. He's got his harness. He comes to draw. It's not right. He's not comfortable. He has to let down. The whole time this deer's back here eating acorns, and the wind, it's barely not touching this deer. And like Andy said, I don't know how it didn't get on him, but it didn't. Deer's just sitting there eating acorns. Andy's up here in the tree fiddling around, you know. But there again, when it's your time, baby, not even you can mess it up. It's your time. And apparently, this was Andy's time. So he finally put his draw down, got right with the strap, drew again. Lo and behold, the buck turned perfect. Andy shot. Well, when the deer tore out, now it's gotten dark. He can't tell exactly where it hit, but his luminoc, he could see it running with the deer, and all of a sudden, it pops off, or the arrow comes out. And now it's laying on the ground. He said, oh my God, the arrow didn't even go in the deer. So he immediately climbs out of the stand, goes back to the camp, tells the guys at the camp, hey man, you know what? I got this deer on the ground and I don't know. I really don't know. So they go back. Andy's so nervous and sick, he won't even look. He's letting the guys with him do the tracking because he's scared he's going to mess it up. He doesn't feel good about the shot. It's a good deer and he's just upset. Just like anybody would be. I would be the same way. Finally, guys, well, here's blood. Oh, here's a lot of blood. Here, they get up to the arrow, but it wasn't an arrow. It was knock. The knock had come off. So that made him feel a lot better about the shot. They ease on up. Now, if you've ever hunted Missouri, you know it's not the Delta. Okay, it's far from the Delta. Got a lot of hills, a lot of what we in Louisiana call a mountain, they going to call a hill a fair. Anyway, good ravine, as the country folks say. And they come upon the buck, and he is caught in a tree. Now, he's expired, but he's caught. His rack is caught in a tree, and he's sliding. The only thing that kept him from sliding, Andy said, probably 40, 50 feet down into a steep ravine, was he got caught up in that tree. And beautiful. Can you imagine the deer that you just saw? You walk up on it and it's hung, the rack is hung in a tree. So they go to get it and it starts sliding. So then they get it and I think they may have tied some rope to it or whatnot like that, started getting it back up, got it safe and got it back to the camp. Great story. I love the fact that he didn't even know the deer was there. This was not, it wasn't really a luck hunt. I mean, he knew deer were going to be in the area. And if you've got does, 9 times out of 10, you're going to have bucks somewhere. So if you don't know if you've got a good buck on camera, let this deer be your paradigm of hope. Go hunting. Get in the woods. You can't kill them on the couch, baby. You got to be hunting if you're going to kill a deer. Let's go check out the score. So that was a great story on this deer right here. We're going to get started on the right-hand side, as I've always done. I've already made my marks. You're going to start on the lowest pedicle, and I'm going to show you here in just a minute what I mean. You hear me say that all the time. This rack right here is a great indication of what I mean when I say start at the lowest pedicle on the rack. You're going to slide your hands up this rack, this main beam, just very, very, very slowly. Be careful not to slip. It's a lot of real estate on these main beams. You want to make sure you keep your cable in the middle, and if it slips, go ahead, slow down, start over. All right, that's a pretty good main beam right there. I love how they turn and go straight up. I mean, that's awesome, dude. All right. I like to use a mason's tape when I'm doing this. We may lose the sun and it may get dark on me here in just a minute, but if that's how it goes, that's just how it goes. I've been trying to hustle. All right. Right side main beam. 22. We're going to say 22 and 5/8. It's just over that 4/8 mark. Right side main beam 22 and 5/8. I got my right here. Right side main beam 22 and 5/8 of an inch. All right. First point on the right hand side. 4 3/8. 4 3/8. The next point on the right hand side. 9 2/8. 9 2/8. If you see my little puppy running around, he's starting to get a little spry, move around. You know how little puppies get. Y'all probably may have seen him in the last videos I've had. How about 9 6/8? Man, this is a beautiful time. Yeah, 9. No, I'm wrong. That's 9 5/8. I don't know what I was looking at. 9 5/8. When you look at your tape, guys, really don't just look at it and leave it. Get a good glance at it. Make sure you're calling it right, because my old 47-year-old eyes sometimes don't see stuff just right. 5 2/8. Yeah, 5 2/8. We have an irregular point on this side. We'll come to 3 3/8. 3 3/8 for this right side irregular one. 3 3/8. Let's do some circumference measurements. If you've ever seen an official scorer, their circumference measurement tape rule always looks like a dadgum curly cue, because that's from wrapping around these horns. It's just got memory. That old cable got that tape got memory. Now you're looking for the smallest point, and I know that don't sound right. Right now it looks like 4 6/8. Let's see if it gets any smaller. No, 4 5/8. See, there I go again. 4 5/8. Right side C1. 4 5/8. Let's check this C2. It looks like 4 0 right there. About as small as this gonna get. 4 0/8. So is it about what you've thought so far? These measurements I'm calling out about what you expected? Let's see. I'm expecting 4 4 4 and 3. Let's see what it looks like. And when I say 4, I'm not talking about the fractions. I'm talking about the solid number. 4 6/8. Let's see what this in here. Woo, baby, come on. I was wrong. How about 4 5/8? Come on, get you some, son. Yeah, 4 5/8. It's just over that 4/8 mark. 4 5/8. Let me count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it, baby. We finna flop it over to the left-hand side. We'll see what that side looks like, and then we're gonna do tail of the tape. Y'all hold tight. All right, so let's get started on this left side main beam. Again, a great place to show you when we're gonna start on the lowest pedicle. That comes off the base of the rack. Move it, go at a 45-degree angle, and then slowly make your way up the middle of that main beam. Man, Missouri, I've had of course, a lot of old boys from around here take off to Missouri. Missouri, you got to cross the state of Arkansas, and then they're in Missouri. It's not too terribly far, probably about a 6-hour drive to get to the Missouri state line. Now, I don't know how far Andy went into Missouri. I don't know. And that's stuff I don't ask people, man. I'm not one of them that's going to put stuff on blast. Missouri. That's all you need to know, okay? We used to write for a hunting magazine. Me and my buddy had a hunting magazine. Well, he had a magazine. I was the editor for it. And then we would talk about big buck profiles. In the state of Louisiana, we wouldn't say what parish it came from or anything like that. We just say, like, up here is area 2. We'd say area 2 private land. That's all you need to know. How about 23 0/8 for the left side main beam? 23 0/8. Let's get a measurement on this first point, and I'm going to try to stay out in front of the camera. How about 3 6/8? 3 6/8 for the first one here. The second one, the P. That's what Bugmasters calls them. Other scoring system calls them G's. Bugmasters calls them P. Why do they call them P? Well, what does the word point start with? A P. It don't start with no G. It starts with a P. We're going to say, ooh, hold on now. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, I'm sorry, Andy, but it's 9 7/8. It's close to 10, but it's 9 7/8, baby. I'll show you on the picture. Next one. This one might get you 10 inches right here, baby. No. How about 9 4/8? 9 4/8 on that one. Let's take a look at this last typical point. 4 4/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 4 4/8. My tape on them 4/8, it ain't. They're all the same length, so I got to look at them real heavy. 4 4/8. I'm gonna look at it one more gig, just to make sure. Yeah, 4 4/8. Okay. Let's check this non-typical or irregular point. 2 1/8. 2 1/8. Do some circumference measurements. Looks like the old left side pretty strong. Not quite as, it might not be quite as strong as the other. We'll see. I got my light to make up for the lost sunlight. 4 4/8 for the first circumference measurement. Excuse me, y'all. I done got sick again. Next circumference measurement. Uh-oh, hold on now. That's 4 0/8. 4 0/8. And the next circumference measurement, let's see. 5 0/8. That one was easy. That's a better one. And the last one. 4 2/8. 4 2/8. Let's see, baby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. Let's get that inside spread. I'm gonna look at this one more time. Yeah, 4 2/8. That's it. Let's get that inside spread real quick for Mr. Andy. And then we go see what this dude scores. Fold this thing out, put my pen up, fold this dude out. Let's get in here and see. What y'all think this inside spread is? I don't know. I'm gonna say 16 4/8. I wasn't as bad off as I was on that last one. That last one last week, good night, I was bad off. We're gonna call it 16 1/8. Andy, I'm trying to get it past that 1/8 mark. It won't go. 16 1/8 inch on the inside spread. So what do you think? You've seen the main beams, you've seen the tines, you've seen the circumference measurements, and now you've seen the inside spread. What do you think this wonderful, beautiful 12-point out of Missouri is going to score? Tell of the tape coming up. All right, folks, well, the tell of the tape is it's a good one. I was really impressed. We're going to start with the right-hand side of the rack. Right-hand side of the rack, we have one irregular point, this one right here, that was 3 3/8 inches long. The main beam, 22 5/8. The longest tine is this one right here at 9 5/8. The base is not actually the biggest circumference measurements, but the base is 4 5/8. This one right here is, let's see, this one right here, 4 let's see, 1, 2, 3. This one right here, 4 6/8. So, the right-hand side of the rack, you've heard all that, came out to be 72 4/8 inches. Now, If we go to the left-hand side of the rack, we had one irregular point, that's this one right here, that was 2 1/8, a main beam of 23 0/8. The longest tine is this one right here at 9 7/8. The biggest circumference measurement is this one right here, which is actually the 3, and it's going to be 5 0/8 inches. So it went 4, 4, 5, and 4 on the left-hand side. The total inches of antler on the left-hand side, 70 4/8. So when you add that 72 4/8 to that 70 4/8, you get 143 on the button as the total inches of antler for this deer right here. Now, you take that 143 0/8 and you add in that 16 1/8 inch, you get a total Buckmaster score of 159 1/8 inches. That is outstanding, Andy. I am so happy for you, brother. Andy told me, he said, Hicks, don't come in with nothing lower than 158. Baby, I hit you. 159 1/8 of an inch. Guys, thank you so much for your support in these videos. In the comments, always comment something, like something, and please share this with your friends. My name is Greg Hicks. This is Antlers and Hicks. And as always, I'm going to encourage you guys to live your life past 20 yards. I'll see y'all next time.